11 actors who actually did it on screen. Number 1, Marlon Brando and Maria Schneider, The Last Tango in Paris. Almost every actress would have killed for the opportunity to star opposite one of Hollywood's most iconic actors while being directed by one of the world's most famous Italian directors. One teen actress, Maria Schneider, was actually able to live that dream. Unfortunately for her, it turned into a nightmare. While starring with Marlon Brando in the erotic drama The Last Tango in Paris, directed by Bernardo Bertolucci, Schneider was forced down face first by Brando during a sex scene. The actor used butter as lubricant. Because Schneider was so young and because Brando was 29 years her senior, she didn't argue. When she spoke of the incident later, she said that the tears that she was crying in the scene were real and that she felt as though she had been raped. Number 2, Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg. Controversial director Lars von Trier directed a film in 2009 called Antichrist, and it was considered an experimental horror film. The movie started off in a way which many people found both shocking and disturbing. The audience was introduced to Willem Dafoe's and Charlotte Gainsbourg's characters while they were in the middle of having sex. At the same time, their infant son is shown climbing up to his bedroom window and falling to his death. Most people did not realize it, but during the love scene, the sex was real. The only thing that wasn't real was the actor and actress having sex. Von Trier used adult film stars as body doubles for this scene, therefore the leading actors did not have sex at all. Number 3, Kieran O'Brien and Margot Stilley. When the British indie film 9 Songs was released in the UK in 2004, it created a great deal of talk and controversy. The reason that it created such a controversy was because it had extreme sexual content, even though it was released as a mainstream film. Audiences who attended the premiere expected to see a romantic love story between the leading actors, Kieran O'Brien and Margot Stilley. What they actually saw were scenes of penetration, fellatio, and very vivid handjobs, all with full frontal detail. From the time of the film's release up until today, both actors have been defending the film, regardless of the backlash from the media and the critics. Number 4, Jonathan Shaik. In the mid-1990s, Jonathan Shaik was one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors. After starring in the 1995 Tom Hanks film That Thing You Do, he became an instant heartthrob. He was also featured on the cover of Vanity Fair alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith, and Benicio del Toro in the Most Promising Leading Men of Tomorrow issue. Unfortunately, all this fanfare died down when Shaik starred in the direct-to-DVD film 8mm 2. The film had no connection to the Nicolas Cage original from 1999, and the remake featured scenes where Shaik was seen in the middle of group orgies and where he simulated oral sex and self-pleasuring. These scenes didn't make his career, they broke it. Number 5, Suk Yin Lee. A Vancouver-based Canadian television personality decided to pursue an acting career while she was still living in her hometown. At the time, she had a lead role in Definitely Not the Opera, which was a pop culture radio show on CBC. Her first big break in acting came when she was cast in John Cameron Mitchell's comedy Short Bus. In the film, she would be required to film unsimulated intercourse scenes. Because she starred in a film that had scenes containing homosexual and heterosexual cunnilingus, visible penetration, and male ejaculation, CBC threatened to fire her from her radio show. Many actors and artists voiced their support for Lee, and the network relented. Number 6, Eric Balfour and Lauren Lee Smith. The Canadian film Lie With Me, directed by Clement Virgo, premiered in 2005 at the Toronto International Film Festival. From the beginning of the film, audiences are introduced to the heavy themes of sexuality. When the film begins, Lauren Lee Smith's character Layla is seen pleasuring herself while watching a porn movie. Smith is not the only one who plays a part that's very aggressively sexual in nature. Her co-star Eric Balfour, who plays David, does as well. The pair's scenes were so sexually charged because the novelist behind the film, who's also Virgo's wife, insisted on real, steamy, unsimulated sex scenes. Number 7, Christine DeBelle. Fans of the 1951 Disney classic Alice in Wonderland will not want to confuse that film with the 1976 film with the same name. Disney's version of the film was a popular, fun family film. The Bud Townsend musical fantasy was the exact opposite. The self-proclaimed X-rated film was released during a time when adult films were becoming more mainstream. The film even received a favorable review by Roger Ebert. Most of the cast was made up of adult entertainment veterans, and Alice was played by Playboy model and adult film newcomer Christine DeBelle. Number 8. Alejandro Jodorowsky. El Topo was a 1970 Western film and was a vanity project of Alejandro Jodorowsky. He not only starred in the film, but he also wrote and directed the film. The film was said to be a favorite of the Beatles' John Lennon and George Harrison. People made even more of a big deal about the film when the DVD came out, and Jodorowsky stated in the commentary that the sex scenes were real and featured an actress who they just happened to find walking down the street drunk. They chose her for the part because she was very open-minded. Since its release, the film has grown into a cult phenomenon. Number 9. Peter Sarsgaard and Molly Parker. Peter Sarsgaard is most well known for his portrayal of the villain in the 2011 film Green Lantern. Long before that film, he and Molly Parker had supporting roles in The Road and Hollywoodland. They also co-starred in a psychosexual thriller, The Center of the World, in 2001. The film, directed by Wayne Wang, was about a dot-com billionaire who hires a hooker for 3 nights in Las Vegas. The movie was considered a XXX film, and there was a scene where a stripper inserts a lollipop into her lady parts. Number 10. Lee Seydoux and Adele Exarchopoulos. Of all the films featured at the Cannes Film Festival in 2013, very few generated a buzz, but the French romantic drama Blue is the Warmest Color did. While most of the chatter was for the director Abdelatif Kechiche, the lesbian scenes between the 2 young leading actresses also made people talk. The 2 girls denied that any of the on-screen action was real. However, Kechiche is known for demanding authenticity. Also, Seydoux has admitted that she felt like a prostitute while filming the steamy scene. Number 11. Amy Schumer and John Cena. Considering he's a pro wrestler, this is one of the most shocking actors who actually did it on screen. The film Trainwreck tells the story of Amy's character, who can't be monogamous. Because of this, her relationship with Cena's character is one-sided. He loves her more than she could ever love him. This allowed us to see some very funny sex scenes. And during an interview, Cena admitted that he was naked during the sex scenes, and he told his mother that he wore a sock to work. When Amy did an interview, she shocked everyone when she said that the scene was not faked. The other leading man, Bill Hader, said that John didn't understand the concept of acting, and he and Amy actually got intimate.